Also, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Rex came second today. No, third. Sorry, third in our locals today. What were your matchups and what were you playing?
I was playing Melodious. Round 1, I played against Glad Beasts.
Yeah.
Round 2, I played against
60 card
yes,
YU deck.
Yeah. Round 3, I played against Bone Tower Mill, and round 4, I played against DRACOSLAYER.
Yeah, take it away then, mate.
So, main deck, I play 3 Mazata. No, not Mazata. Refrain, which on special or normal allows you to add any Melodious from your deck to your hand. And pendulum scale wise, it sends one to, well, it targets a fusion, sends a Melodious from your deck, and increases its attack by the level. So sometimes comes up for adding stuff back from your grave and stuff. Then I play 3 Couplet, which on adding it to your hand from Refrain, allows you to special Melodious from your hand or grave that is level 4 or lower, and its pendulum scale effect allows you to add the Melodious fusion spell, which I'll get into in a bit. I then play 3 Soprano. No, sorry, Sonata. I'm messing up names. Which on its effect is if you have a Melodious monster, you can special summon it, and all your Melodious monsters gain 500 attack, which it's technically all fairies, but you technically play Melodious in this deck anyway. Then I play 2 Soprano, which on special allows you to add one to your hand, but you have to target it in grave. So it just recurs the stuff that you like dump off a Refrain to target for like the fusions or the use for fusing and stuff like this. And it also allows you to fuse using monsters you control. I then play 1 Aria because it just stops targeting and battle protection, where they can't be destroyed battle or card effects. I then play 1 Elegy, which sort of does the same as Aria. It's just that it doesn't have the battle protection, it just stops them being destroyed by card effects, and is also a buff for 300 for all fairies. I then play the 1 Shapino, which I kept saying about, which adds any light fairy, which in this is quite funny because you can add back Herald of Orange Light. So that is quite funny for that. So that's the Melodious lineup. I then go into hand traps. So I play 3 Effect Veiler, which most people know what it does. I play 3 Orange Light, which is whenever a monster effect is activated, you can discard it and a fairy, well, send it and a fairy to the grave to negate the monster effect, which I think is quite funny when you team it with Shapina, because then it adds it back. I then play 3 Ash, which is sort of standard in most decks. I then play 3 Mortrami Furlos, because in this deck we play quite a bit of hand traps, so you like to draw into them, and it also slows your opponents down. Into one of my matchups against Mark with his Dragon Link, I activate the Furlos, and he proceeded to end on a Lurry and just passed. So that was quite interesting. I then play 3 Impa, because who doesn't like negating everyone's effects? Into spells, I play 3 fast movement solos, which allows you to special a Melodious level 4 or lower from your deck. So it helps, instead of having to normal 1 to then have it like Veiled or Imperm, it allows you to extend through stuff. So you can do this first, because it's if you have no monsters on the field. So you do this first into like a refrain, get the add off a refrain, and then go off from there. I then play 3 Ostinato. If you don't know what it does, it's basically branded fusion, but for Melodious. So that's quite funny. I then play 2 Concerto, which you can add off of Couplet, which is the fusion spell. But when it's also in the grave, you can, as long as you have a fusion monster in your grave and you fusion summon when it's in the grave, you can put it to the bottom of your deck and draw a card. So it sometimes helps. It's more that you can then just draw into your hand traps and stuff. Other than that, the rest of the spells, I play 1 Talents, because side it's at 1, 1 Call By, and 1 Cross Out, because in my opinion, Talents is just the best 1 hand trap. You can technically play Pot of Prosperity, but I just prefer Talents because it's sometimes out in your opponent's boards by taking their monster, or taking a card out of their hand, or potentially just drawing in small combo pieces. And Call By is just because I don't like getting hand trapped, and Cross Out is because I play too many hand traps. So that's it for the main. There is 40 cards. Going into the extra, I play 3 Backer, which on summon allows you to special 1 from your deck, which most of the time you special Subpoena because it adds Light Fairies back. So you can add any of the Melodious, or like I said, like Herald or Orange Light, or potentially some of the cards in your side that you can play, which I'll get into in a bit. And when it dies, it also allows you to special 1 from grave. So you can, for an example, special into this, special the Subpoena, add a... So you special into the Subpoena, add a Soprano, normal the Soprano, and get plays in from that way, which then fuses it into one of the other monsters, which I'll get into in a bit. I then play 2 Shibata, which comes up sometimes. It depends on what you're against, but it's technically just a banish for free, 3 cards. So it can take powerful spells out of the game, especially if you're into like a Sky Striker matchup, or just powerful monsters that they might want to reborn and bring back from their grave. So you can get rid of problematic stuff like that. I then play 2 Etoile, which on quick effect is a return any number of cards up to the number of Melodious monsters you banish for it. So if I banish 1 Melodious monster, I can return a monster or a face-up spell or trap or something like this. So I can get out of some sort of problems half the time, especially if I play into Floodgates. The main card that I play, which most people don't, is 1 Bloom Diva. Bloom Diva is, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it also takes no damage. But during battle, if it attacked an extra deck monster, it can inflict the damage equal to the difference in attack. So knowing it has 1,000 attack, if it attacks into a Blue Eyes having 3,000 attack, it inflicts 3,000. I know it wouldn't be able to attack into a Blue Eyes because it's not special from the extra, but just for like the attack sort of calculations or shenanigans, that it works. Where it attacks in, burns you for like the 2k, and then allows you to destroy the monster if it's not destroyed. So it's been the boss monster that I've been going into most of the day into my matchups, which has pretty much been winning, especially into the Raiji matchup. Admittedly, my opponent semi-what bricked into it, but it's most people just can't really out it. I then play the 1 Gravity Controller. You primarily put the backer into the extra monster zone, and if it gets veiloed or impermed or something like this and tries to stop it, You can then go into the gravity controller, do the back of graveyard effect, so reborn something and still make plays from there. I haven't really come into it too much, but it has on the odd occasion helped. I then play 2 Bloom Harmonist, which is your link for the deck. It's on summon, it discards a card and specials 2 Melodious monsters with different levels from the deck to its pointers. So you can special summon Aria and Elegy, which are some of your main ones, because then your monsters can't be targeted or destroyed or something like this. So it helps into some matchups, and it also helps extend plays. Other than that, I then play an IP because I can make loads of bodies, and it also can extend plays. SP because, yeah, again, it's just helpful to outboard sometimes. I play one Nightmare Unicorn because it's doing it with the IP. It's sometimes difficult to out, and it also just helps sometimes extend kill boards, stuff like this. And if I'm really struggling, I play the Wombaguska because who doesn't like a walking floodgate? To side, I then play free Droll because I don't like my opponent searching.
No.
I then play free Ghostbell because it sometimes helps, and it's more that I've just been playtesting it at the moment. I should have put it into the Dragon Link deck and completely forgot about it, but you learn to live. I then play free Artifact Lancia because into some matchups, especially if it's like Malice, they like to banish, and you can also add it back off of Shapina because it's a light fairy, which is funny. Other than that, I just play 2 Lightning Storm because I don't like back row, and the 1 Harpies, and if all else fails, I just play evenly because who doesn't like breaking your opponent's boards?
Yeah. Alright, Rex, thank you for doing the deck profile, really appreciate it, mate. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Cheers, thank you for watching.